What is up, YouTube? This is Will World Black Ops Pro, and today I'm going to talk about my updated opinion on Black Ops 3, both the multiplayer and the zombies, because we have gotten a zombies reveal trailer, which looks phenomenal, by the way. So, before I get into that, I'm going to talk about the gameplay here. So, the gameplay, of course, is Battlefield 4 on the Xbox One, because I recently got an Xbox One, and I'm really enjoying it, actually. And Microsoft definitely fixed a lot of the interface issues and much issues that were there prior, such as the party chat issue where you couldn't join friends' parties and everything. That's been fixed. So I'm really enjoying my Xbox One, and Battlefield is currently the only game I have for it. I mean, I may pick up Advanced Warfare if I can find like a $5 copy, like used copy somewhere, because they are coming out with extra guns and stuff for that. But yeah, so in the meantime, I'll be playing Battlefield, so hope you enjoy the Battlefield 4 gameplay. So let's talk about the multiplayer for a little bit. Now, I stand by most of what I've said in the previous videos. A lot of those videos have been getting a lot of hate, especially my Titanfall of Destiny Crap Ops 3. That is like 2/3 of all the ratings on that are dislikes for some reason. Because a lot of you guys think that it would be a good combination, like if we took Destiny and Titanfall and Black Ops 2 and made Black Ops 3. However, I don't feel that people really want supers from Destiny in Call of Duty multiplayer. And I also don't think that they want wall running and advanced movement from Titanfall in Call of Duty. And guys, let's be honest here, Black Ops 2 was not the best Call of Duty game. Yes, it was playable, but playable, it doesn't mean very much. Because playable, you can have a playable multiplayer, but it can still be bad and mediocre. And Black Ops 2, I mean, I don't think the multiplayer was terrible, but it definitely could have been a lot better. Definitely could have been a lot better if they actually balanced the sniper rifles, balanced the shotguns, balanced the pistols correctly. Basically, just balance everything, rebalance everything, redesign the maps a little bit, because, you know, some of the maps in that game were just awful. And not only that, but there was no verticality, you know, the maps, like, most of them were kind of boring. In my opinion, like, Slums had absolutely no verticality whatsoever, and yeah, that kind of detracted from the overall experience. So guys, like, I just don't think that throwing these 3 games together is going to make it a good multiplayer. I mean, some of you guys are saying, oh, World of War, you have no idea what the future is going to hold in the next decade, the next 50 years, or whatever. So you can't say, oh, Call of Duty is unrealistic, Black Ops 2 is unrealistic. Okay, guys, if Black Ops 2 is realistic, then name me a target finder that's currently in development, because, you know, there's target finders in that game, and that game's set in the near future. And also, for Advanced Warfare, do you really think we're going to be flying around in exosuits in 40 years? Do you really think so? Because in combat, if you're getting shot at, the first thing you do is hit the dirt and you take cover. You don't fly 30 feet in the air, because if you did that, you're just making yourself an easy target for the enemy. And yeah, it's the same thing in Black Ops 3. We're not going to be flying around, guys. I'm sorry, but we're really not going to be flying around using laser weapons or doing any of that. And we're certainly not going to be self-reviving each other. Like after we die, we're not going to hit a button on our arm, revive ourselves, and pop out of a cloud of green smoke at full health. No, that's not how it works. We're also not going to be teleporting back in time to where we were 5 seconds prior. That's not going to work either. So guys, I can definitively say that Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 have some unrealistic elements to them. And I'm not saying it's necessarily bad, but you guys gotta realize, if something's not realistic, it's not realistic. Okay, moving on. So, yeah, you guys already have an idea of what I think about the multiplayer, because the multiplayer, I mean, I think it's going to be playable, but at the very least, it's going to be mediocre. And, yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, we might have to spend another year on BO1 or playing Battlefield or doing something. But, fortunately, we may not have to do that, because we do have, Treyarch did have something up their sleeve with the zombies. Now, the Zombies reveal trailer was released, I would like to say, a few days ago. I forgot when exactly it was released, but it looked phenomenal. I'm not going to lie. They brought it back to, like, the 1930s or the 40s, something like that, in, like, this, in a city that looked almost like Chicago, New York, or something like that. And they did, if for zombies, what the multiplayer should have done. and bring back to the past. We're going to do something that's not all this futuristic space wars, and it looks great. They even brought back some World War II weapons. The only World War II weapon I was able to see in there was a Sten submachine gun, which is a British submachine gun that was used in World War II. I mean, some other people say those like MP40s and Thompsons in there, but I wasn't able to see those. I mean, maybe I missed something. But anyway, it looks good. I mean, yeah, I prefer if it was all like World War II weapons. Like, if, for example, if this was a World War II only game, we'd only have World War II weapons, and we won't have all these futuristic wonder weapons. But that's all right. That's a little minor detail. That's not that important. But it looks good. I mean, I like the setting. Pretty much I like everything about that I saw in the zombies. And the zombies is probably going to be what sells this game, because as of now, the multiplayer pre-orders, or no, not the multiplayer, just the whole game in general, the pre-orders are above Advanced Warfare's, but a little bit lower than Ghosts. So it's probably the sales are probably going to be somewhere in the middle. I mean, maybe it'll beat Ghost in terms of sales. I mean, I definitely know the multiplayer is not going to sell this game, because, let's be honest, guys, who wanted advanced movement in this game? And, guys, Treyarch is known for their zombies. So zombies can definitely sell this game. And that's what I think is going to happen. And especially after their little, their advertising campaign for the Juggernaut Edition, I definitely think that will help the sales. Because speaking of the Juggernaut Edition, yeah, that thing was sold out. I mean, it looks pretty cool. I really like how Activision, did create something for the fans for once. This cool little mini fridge, and also it's a good deal. $1.99 for a mini fridge, the season pass, and the game is actually a really good deal. And it comes with a bunch of other stuff too, like coasters, like cola coasters, and let's see what else. It comes with some collectible cards or something like. They're like art cards or something like that. I'm not really exactly sure. I'm not too interested in those, but still pretty cool. Given that you get all that for $200. I mean, I would get one if I could find them. If Amazon wasn't sold out, if Best Buy wasn't sold out, if GameStop wasn't sold out, I would definitely get one of those. But yeah, mainly I'm just getting this game for the zombies. Now, I did say Advanced or Black Ops 3 is going to be the lowest selling Call of Duty in history. I did say that in one of my videos. I no longer think that's true. I think it's probably going to be somewhere around Ghost sales, maybe a little bit above. I don't see it beating Black Ops 2 sales, though. I really don't. And the thing that's holding Black Ops 3 back is, I mean, I hate to say it, it's the multiplayer. I'm not really sure why Treyarch just decided to do away with the tried and true boots on the ground gameplay mechanic from BO2. People liked it in BO2. People liked it in games prior to that. Not sure why they had to get rid of it. It's probably because, Connery and Schofield decided to take their game into the future with advanced movement, and Fallen Hard decided that, okay, that was a good idea. That must be a good idea. People are going to love that. All the little kiddies are going to love advanced movement. That's not the case, though. People just don't want advanced movement. I mean, people are still trying to debate with me on my comment section saying, oh, well, that poll that the KSX Silencer took with 50,000 people, it's not relevant because 50,000 is only a fraction of the COD community. Well, let's look at it this way. I mean, when you're taking a big poll like that of a big population size, you gotta take a sample, and a sample size of 50,000 is pretty accurate. That's more people than Activision takes in for their focus groups to decide what type of game they should make. And of those 50,000 people, 85% of them voted against advanced movement. They didn't want it in the next game. And KSX Silencer also made another poll, which I assume the sample size was about the same. And this time the poll was, do you want jetpacks and Treyarch in this game if Treyarch could balance them out and do them correctly, and not have over the top flying around mechanics. And overwhelmingly, people voted against it. 78% said no. So there you have it, guys. The community as a whole does not want advanced movement, and people have also been saying in the comment section that the reason Treyarch cannot remove advanced movement from the game is because they would have to redesign all the maps. Which at this point in time, yes, that would be true. However, Advanced Warfare came out in November 2014, exactly 1 year well, pretty much exactly 1 year before Treyarch's game is set to release. So that gives Treyarch plenty of time to make the necessary adjustments. So the community as a whole reacted negatively with the debut of the exosuits in Advanced Warfare. And if Vonahar, I'm sure he caught wind of this, guys. I mean, it is really hard to believe that this guy, the lead developer at Treyarch, was living under a rock when the community was pretty much going against the exosuits and saying they hated them and saying that they're breaking Call of Duty, they're messing up the multiplayer. Like, I'm really sure Vonahar knew that the community did not want it. But why he didn't listen to the community and why he continued on with making this advanced movement exosuit game, I'm really not sure why. It really beats me. I really don't know. Vonahar does not listen to the community, but I'll get more into that later. So, what they could have done to redesign the maps is maybe they didn't need to redesign the maps at all. I mean, yeah, they could get rid of some of the vertical ledges they had for the wall running. You know, that would fix that problem, but keep in mind, guys, Advanced Warfare maps, they played alright in classic mode, but in Treyarch's game, their whole goal was to remove the ladders from the game. So they put thrust jumping in. Okay, Vonahar, you know, if you want to take out advanced movement, just put in ladders, put in stairs, put in all this other stuff. And that would definitely work out. You guys, keep in mind that the only reason he rebranded the whole exosuit into a thruster pack and boost jump into a thrust jump is because they want to make it sound different. And guys, COD developers do this year after year. You know, you take something like the target finder from BO2. In Black Ops 2, that attachment was probably the most hated attachment in all of the game. Maybe in all of COD history, maybe behind the Nuke 2 from MDU2, which completely broke that game, but that's a topic for another commentary. So, in Ghost, we have a very similar attachment called the tracker sight. It does essentially what the target finder does, except it's called the tracker sight because, you know, yeah, just you change the name around a little bit. Oh, it's totally not a target finder. And then in Advanced Warfare, we have a target enhancer. Really? So it looks exactly like a target finder, well, pretty much without the tunnel vision, and it had its enemies. And you tell me that's not a target finder? It is a target finder by nature, really. That's what it is. So the past 3 titles, we've had target finders, even though the community just hates those types of sites. The developers don't listen to us. We already know that. Vonahar especially does not listen to us. He puts in specialist abilities into Black Ops 3 multiplayer, which is completely unnecessary. I mean, I know there may be some Destiny fans out there who like the supers in Destiny, but Destiny is Destiny. That's a futuristic Space Wars game with a bunch of fantasy elements in it. It's not Call of Duty. Call of Duty, well, it originated to, you know, honor the soldiers, like the World War II veterans and all the other servicemen. And it was a realistic game. For the most part. I mean, yeah, health regeneration isn't realistic, but a lot of games have that. So, I mean, that can have passed, but like having something like a jetpack in a game like this is just over the top, unrealistic. And also, they add health regen in there because they took that out. I mean, imagine how slow-paced that game would be if like you had low health all the time. Like, that wouldn't really work out. So, for the sake of the pacing of the game, they definitely have to leave health regen in. But let's get into more into this, how they don't listen. It's because they bring in specialist abilities like Rejack. Rejack is essentially Second Chance Pro 2.0. Because if you guys don't know, what you do is once you earn this ability, and you take enough damage that would normally kill you, you push a little button on your wrist, and somehow this gets you to revive yourself, and a green cloud of smoke appears, a green mist cloud appears, and you jump out of it at full health, and you're free to go on your way, killing enemies again. Guys, this is not only second chance, because it gives you another chance at, you know, continuing your kill streak, but you don't even need to get a teammate to revive you. It's like Final Stand from MW3, and that was a death streak, and everybody hated that. So Von Har clearly does not learn, because he even apologized on Twitter for putting second chance in Black Ops 1, because that was a pretty hated perk in that game. He realized that he made a mistake. I mean, I use that perk, honestly, because I don't feel like there's any other tier 3 perk that's worth my time running. But Von Har admitted to the fans that he made a mistake, and yet he dares to bring second chance back to the game. What is he thinking? Like, come on, Von Har. I mean, even you have more sense of this. And guys, let's be honest here. He's probably gonna bring back target finders and riot shields and all this other stuff again. And yeah, I did use riot shields in BO2, but that was the only way that made that game playable for me. I didn't like the map design. I didn't like the gun balance. And no, that was pretty much a counter against snipers, shotguns, pretty much counter against everything. So yeah, I don't really understand why you guys have so much trust in Von Har. Von Har, yeah, he's gonna bring us a playable multiplayer probably, but if it's playable, it's gonna be barely playable. These specialist abilities are definitely not gonna get annoying. Like you're about to kill someone, and then they teleport back to where they were 5 seconds ago and shoot you in the back. That's definitely not gonna be annoying. Or if you're shooting someone and he comes from the back from the grave, out of this green mist cloud, and shoots you in the back, that's not gonna be annoying. Yeah, neither are the specialist weapons like that revolver hand cannon straight out of Destiny. That's not gonna get annoying. Neither are those thunder fists or whatever they're called, where you take 2 rods or something and you like ground pound them and create a big shockwave and kill a bunch of enemies. Yeah, that's not going to be annoying. And in addition to those annoying factors, you're going to have, once again, overpowered sniper rifles, overpowered shotguns, and overpowered secondaries. And also you're going to have like a reskin FAL in the game, so yeah, have fun with that. And that's probably not going to be balanced correctly, so yeah, so we have all these overpowered, unbalanced elements in this game. And some of you guys are still saying, hey, give the game a chance. It hasn't even come out yet. Yes, Black Ops 3 is still about 3.5 months away from coming out. However, guys, we've seen it a lot from the trailers. I mean, yes, it's in pre-alpha build. It's a pre-alpha or whatever. But the beta's coming out next month, and the game's coming out in 3.5 months. So this game is almost complete, really. They just need to put it all together, compile everything they have, and they're done. They're not making any major changes at this point. That's what you guys gotta understand. So yeah, no matter how much we whine to Von Har, the game pretty much is finished as it is now. Which in some ways is good. I mean, for the zombies, I like how the zombies turned out, but multiplayer, yeah, they got a lot of work to do. So, you can't say that I haven't really played the game yet, because we've seen a ton of gameplay on YouTube, and we're going to play the beta, so, I mean, hopefully I'm wrong about some of these things, but I just can't help but wonder, like, what Von Har was thinking. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the commentary. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. This has been World of War, Black Ops Pro. Thanks for watching, and see you guys later.